This is my base, and I'm going to be gluing pieces of cardboard on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my name and class on the back. And since we're using glue, it might be a good idea to put your base on a paper towel. That way, if it drips, you can still pick it up and move it and get it off of your table. So I'm going to set this aside, and the next thing I'm going to do is get some of this thin cardboard and scissors and liquid glue. And I will cut open the cardboard box if it's not already cut open. And we will be using the plain side of the box. So it doesn't matter if it's brown, if it's white. And the next thing you need to do is start drawing whatever shapes you want to cut out and glue onto your base. You could make a picture of something if you wanted to. You can make an animal, a place, a person. You could just use shapes and design. Okay, and then when you cut your shapes, it's a good idea to do bubble cuts first, which means cutting out loosely around it. Then we're going to slow down and cut around your lines. When we cut, we want to make sure we're being safe and always cutting away from our body. Once you have your pieces cut out, then you will want to do arranging. And that just means moving your pieces around, overlapping, and putting them the way that you like them. Your next step is to use your liquid glue. Twist the orange or the red tip open. If the person before you did not clean off the tip, you may have to pick off the dry glue. A paper towel can help you with that. Then you're going to shake it down like ketchup. And we just need a few dots. Dots of glue will hold it in place. So just a dot, not a lot. And once I got all my pieces glued down, I decided that I wanted to add a few more shapes layered. So this is called refining, when I go back and add small things to make my artwork better. I also might decide that I like the way the glue looks, and maybe I do some dots of glue. Any glue on my cardboard will dry sticking up, which is part of our relief idea. So I could make some glue lines. Notice I'm squeezing very gently, not a lot of glue. Just a dot, not a lot. Once I'm done using my glue, I twist the lid closed, and I use a paper towel, and I wipe off the tip. These will need to dry before we can do anything else with them. Now that my cardboard relief is dry, I can try a couple of different techniques. The first one is going to be making this into a rubbing. So what I have done is grabbed a piece of plain white paper, and I have some peeled crayons, and I'm just going to hold the paper down, and I'm using the crayon on the side. I can use one color, or I can try mixing some different colors together. So I might try overlapping some colors. So this is a way to make your own texture print using cardboard. Now that my relief cardboard is dry, I'm going to be using some oil pastels to add some color to this. I'm going to choose a couple colors. I like to have a paper towel handy. And the first thing I'm going to do is start coloring in. And I'm going to start with kind of this background area. I'm going to turn this pastel on its side. And if you find pastels that are a little bit dirty, like this white one,
you can use your paper towel to clean it off. This is also great for when your fingers get a little smudgy, you can wipe it. And it's okay if we get a little bit on our edges. We will be able to cover that up with other colors here later. I'm going to use the tip, and I'm also going to start using my finger to blend. I might switch and try another kind of blue. I'm going to switch and use some white to make my blue a lighter color. I'm going to continue to use my finger to smudge those colors. If you like the space, you can leave a space, or you can also use your pastel and just get right in there along next to your shapes. Once I've done my entire background, I'll start doing the parts that are raised up. All right, now that my flattest, lowest spot is done, I'm going to start doing the parts that are raised up. So again, if you got some color on those raised up parts, no big deal. We're going to color right over it. That is why we did those flat areas first. And you can see my glue designs are starting to show through. And the best thing about oil pastels is they are really wonderful to mix. So I'm going to try different greens on top of each other. Use my finger to blend that together. Again, if you want to make things lighter, add some white. You might even decide to add some yellow to your green.